So all the men from my previous post saying that they have found peace by being alone and they're not trying to date because they just want peace. Are you trying to say that we don't bring peace to your life?
Yes.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and today we are taking a look at modern women getting straight up ignored by men. Don't forget to drop a comment, a like on the video, subscribe if you're new here, and let's jump into it.
So all the men from my previous post saying that they have found peace by being alone and they're not trying to date because they just want peace. Are you trying to say that we don't bring peace to your life? I have to disagree. I do not think that if a woman that you so desired was available to you, you would choose peace over commitment, sex, good meals with conversation, and things like that. So I'm going to call your bluff because I don't think that's true. This, by the way, is not police lights. This is some kind of flashing light in a parking lot. I'm not quite sure what it is. But anyway, again, calling your bluff. Okay?
Men are not bluffing. Men are done with bitter women who want to do nothing but spread chaos.
Can your girls sleep over at any guy's house or shower at any guy's house? Any?
Truthfully, I'd almost rather she just.
Okay, but it doesn't matter. From 10 years ago, why the
You an adult now?
10 years ago,
Are you an adult?
3 out of the 4 girls I tried to go on dates with hit me with the same exact, and I bet you know what it is. 2 of these 3 girls I tried to take to coffee spots they hadn't been to before, and one of them I said froyo. All 3 of them hit me with something along the lines of, am I only worth froyo to you?
To be fair, the value of frozen yogurt is significantly higher than their level of entitlement.
You're not gonna take me to dinner? Why can't we have a luxury experience for our first time together? Who the f do y'all think y'all are? First of all, I'm not a trick. I dated a bottle girl. I am 2 steps ahead of all that. Second of all, if you were serious, your priorities are so fucked up. You're looking for something and not someone. And when you fall in love with something instead of someone, that's all the relationship becomes. If you start with luxury experiences, all they're ever going to want is luxury experiences. My ex.
If she's looking for luxury, she's not actually looking for a man. She is looking for a lifestyle. Again, I swear a lot of these women don't actually want husbands. They don't want relationships or boyfriends. They're just looking for things that benefit them.
And eventually they're going to hold you to that using lines like, oh, you haven't taken me to dinner recently. That's why I haven't shown as much affection. Mind you, you've done it more and more and more and more since the relationship started because she keeps saying things like, oh, well, we've only gone to dinner once this week. Of course, I'm not really like feeling too courted right now, so I'm really just not in the mood. We'll start using those things against you. Because why would I sign myself up for over an hour of time with somebody I don't know? I'm trying to get to learn, but it has to be this whole, like, I'm trying to impress you, dinner, wine. Like, why would I do that?
A woman should be interested in getting to know you, not in the things that you do for her. But unfortunately, the latter is usually the case, and this is why men just typically aren't interested in dating.
A lot of girls online are like, oh, well, you gotta be yourself. Just be yourself. You know what isn't myself? Paying for some butt. Because that's what it feels like when you're all like, you're not going to take me to dinner instead of going to do something cute and fun where we can both get the out of there if we don't like each other. What I'm saying is if you're looking for like transactions, like financial benefits within dating and relationships, you're going to be single forever. Somebody might court you for a couple of years. Oh yeah, here's everything you want. Oh, your skin's not tight anymore. I'm going to take my money to the next 24-year-old girl with tight skin. Like, y'all think y'all are smarter in the game. You're not.
Men invented the game, and these women have no idea how it's played. That's why they lose.
I want leadership, but don't just like boss me around, you know? Like lead me. Lead me when I'm in the mood.
Is he someone that's your type? Yeah. Why? What makes him not your type?
Height.
Okay. So you want a taller, a little taller.
Yes.
This lady is 70. 70. She is 70 years old. Still talking about height. When does this stop? When? When does it stop? When? When does it stop?
It never stops. Even when she's 70, she still thinks that she's entitled to impossible standards. Like, let that sink in for a second.
If I plan all the dates that me and my man go on, and I plan all the trips, and I plan our future, and I plan everything that we have going on, and all he has to do is hand me some money or hand his card to me, what has he done as a leader? Because in a relationship between a man and a woman, the man is the leader. He is the head.
She doesn't want a leader. She just wants to do nothing and then reap all of the benefits. That's it.
He paid for everything. That's what he did.
And I mean this so genuinely. You didn't do anything. I hate this new age social media dribble is to where when people talk fast, you just go with their words and you don't actually think about what they're saying. These scenarios that you guys love to build where a man pays for literally everything and all he does is hand me his car, you totally discount the fact that he works his life away and then hands you the card.
A lot of modern women have no idea at all how money works because they don't have any, or they don't work, they've never paid taxes. I mean, the list goes on.
Did your parents never tell you that money doesn't grow on trees? You never heard that? He's exchanging his life force for the funds, and you're having fun with his life force. Do you understand now, stupid little girl? All act like dudes just don't do nothing, like money just end up on our cars. You... No, because it's actually funny. He didn't really do nothing. He's not a leader. He's making the train go chugga, 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 chugga. Do you understand?
Nothing a man ever does counts towards a relationship, apparently, because she must always be the victim.
The train is literally on tracks. You're the conductor. Isn't that what they call that person? You're pulling the horn and shit. He's in the fucking furnace, just throwing coal in there, making the thing go. And you're like, he's not even doing anything. I'm out here leading the train, you fucking retard.
She honestly thinks that it is leadership when she tells the man where they're going to eat.
Most women don't view men in today's society as human. And I think the saddest part about that is they actually think they're smart or of some moral high ground for this specific line of thinking. The women will get on here and swear that they want to dismantle a patriarchy that negatively impacts everybody in this society, but they don't want to dismantle the parts of the patriarchy that directly benefit them. They don't want to dismantle men having to pay for dates. They don't want to dismantle men having to be financial providers.
Feminists have made it their business to dehumanize men so that they are seen as inhuman.
They don't want to dismantle not having to be emotionally responsible for their male partner because society looks at men who actually feel their emotions as weaklings or even attack their sexuality. So most of these women are too ignorant to realize that they're directly participating in the patriarchy that they hate, or at least they get online and pretend to hate to seem like they have moral superiority for their own egos.
The double standard is ridiculous. It just proves that these women don't actually want equality. What they really want over men is just superiority.
Pay attention to me tonight. I'm so sick of this. Oh my god. Touch a boob, buy a drink. I mean, it's like very simple.
She's so mad. Okay, why is she mad? Well, because she got all dolled up. See that tight fitted orange dress, right? Did her hair, went to the nail salon, got a special little mani-pedi, you know. Maybe did a little waxing because she thought she was going to get funky that night, you know, right? And she went out and no one is giving her any time. Attractive girl. So she's like, what is going on? She goes home, she looks in the mirror, she's like, making sure. She's like, no, I look good, right? Asked her friends, like,
men are done with it. You can't insult men for decades and then expect men to stay the same, still approach you, still lead, still pay your bills and all of that.
Is this look, oh yeah, you look amazing, which they'll say even if she doesn't look amazing, but oh, honey, any guy would be just so lucky to have you. I know, right? And like, her and all her friends are just like, why? I told you, guys are tired. Guys are tired of you. They're tired of you pretending to want to take them seriously when you really just want the free drinks. They're tired of going up to you and you being like, thanks for the drink.
Women like that have proven that they are nothing but parasites to men, and crazy enough, men actually don't want to date or marry parasites. Isn't that strange?
You know, doing this game you do. Tired. They're tired of the takers. They're tired. They don't want to deal with any of that. They're tired of, oh, you know, you meet all of these qualifications, right? You know, you got all the qualifications and she's talking to you and she's like, oh, but, you know, there's this one thing. He has a boat and it's red and I don't like the color red. Oh, right?
It's not being picky. It's being insanely entitled for pretty much zero reasons.
Because they feel like they can be so picky that they've got everything met, but they can just nitpick about everything, right? They're tired of you. You want guys to come up to you, change your attitude, change your strategy, treat them differently, and that's going to have to happen over a long period of time, right? It took decades to get here. Guys finally saying, I am done with you. And social media played a big part because now they go on socials and they see women talking all their crap. So they're like, oh, I know what's going on now behind the scenes. When I walk away after buying you that drink, I know you're making a fool out of me. They're like, I'm done.
Even if she changes her attitude, it won't actually help much. When men say we're done, and let's be real, even if these women wanted to change their attitudes, it's not actually something they can do long term.
You're going to make a fool out of me? Honey, now I'm going to make a fool out of you. I'm going to sit at that bar. I'm going to drink my scotch. I'm not buying you nothing. I'm not even looking your way. That's what's going on. Change your attitude. It's going to take a long time for guys to feel like you've changed genuinely, and then you'll see. But for now, especially in the cities, guys are just sitting back with their drink, and they're just letting this drama unfold. It's hilarious. It's like, they're frazzled cats. Frazzled cats. Ooh.
The best part is how a lot of women think that men are mad when they're not. A lot of guys are just sitting there, they're watching this crap unfold, and they are laughing to themselves.
Why is it that when a man cheats on a woman, the response is always, there's no excuse for cheating? How could he have cheated on her? She is so beautiful. She is so gorgeous. Has he seen her? He fumbled the bag. She gonna end up with an NFL player soon that is a gorgeous woman. How could he possibly cheat on her? Men are terrible people. But when the woman cheats, always the response is, well, we don't really know the whole story. He probably was taking her for granted. She probably pleaded with him and tried to communicate, and he just would not listen to her. So at some point, she probably broke.
This whole believe all women nonsense has gotten completely out of hand. No wonder men walked away.
We are always siding with the women when it comes to infidelity. At that point, everybody all of a sudden understands nuances and how complicated things can be. Until it was Desmond and Christy. Now all of a sudden, there's absolutely no excuse. Am I saying there is an excuse that anybody should be out breaking their vows and being unfaithful? Absolutely not. But I do believe that you all will be having a very different conversation if it was Christy who was unfaithful, because you guys understand and have far more grace when it's women who step out on their marriages than when it's the man.
Nobody should be cheating on anybody, but it's weird how it always seems to be the man's fault regardless of which way it goes. If the woman cheats, it's the man's fault as always.
I do not know those two people. But I know that there's far more possibilities than the one that y'all came up with, which is just, he just didn't like the fact that she got bigger than him. Maybe he got tired of having to perform, maybe having to always look a certain way, or always be the one who is the butt of the jokes, or always be the one who it appears to be disrespected for the sake of content. Maybe. I can't say.
There should always be two sides to a story, but we live in a world where that is no longer possible.
Don't know. All I'm saying is I just think it's interesting that everybody is so quick to vilify that man for stepping out on that marriage after requesting a separation. But when it's the woman, you guys have every excuse and justification in the book as to why she may have decided to be unfaithful. Why it may have taken her to that point. Maybe she broke. Maybe she was just so unhappy that the only thing she could think to do was cheat. But why do we never apply that nuance when it's the man who is the one stepping out in that relationship?
It's because men have been demonized in modern society. Everything is always our fault. You know, some natural disaster could happen tomorrow and all the women would blame men and say it's a tax on single women or just nonsense like that.
I see so many people say, well, he should have communicated. How do you know he didn't? How do you know there wasn't a conversation? Because in order for him to have requested a separation, something had to have taken place for him to ask that of her. Am I saying that then gives that man a right to step out of that marriage? No. All I'm saying is apply that same amount of grace and nuance to all the situations and not just when the woman cheats. Because y'all don't actually care when women cheat on men. You actually champion and applaud women when they cheat. But now that it's the man who cheated, y'all are kicking and screaming, and I don't understand that. I don't understand the hypocrisy. Somebody explain that to me, please.
Women who celebrate cheating are the exact same women who celebrate men suffering. I think that all of these women who do this should, forcefully have a sign on their head that denotes them as this kind of person.
I don't care what anybody says. For a relationship to be good and healthy and happy and in love, okay, the man has to love the woman more. And I will not be taking notes on this. I won't be elaborating. There will be no discussion because it is a fact. He also needs to be a little bit scared of her.
So, she doesn't care what you have to say, Jim, so I guess maybe we skip it because she's not taking any notes. No discussion.
Yeah, she looks like she's crushing it out there.
If that lunacy was a quote-unquote fact, she wouldn't need to be screaming it on TikTok. It would be common sense.
If there was a way that every woman on TikTok or Instagram who did bird hands in a video could just spontaneously combust and vanish from the universe, I think we'd live in a better world. That whole listen, Can I tell you something? This is and she did bird hands like 4 times.
Clock it, clock the
Instantly,
T,
you
Jim,
just
clock the
have to
T.
know that if somebody does bird hands, stop. Just stop listening. Stop listening to what they're saying. What their messages can be summarized as men are awful. And my feeling is when I see it, I'm like, who hurt you?
Bird hands are a sign of someone who is out to destroy a man's peace, one peck at a time. I don't even think most men really conceptualized bird hands, but they probably just saw a woman do it and already knew that she was annoying and going to be a giant pain in your ass.
So I know society tells us, women, that we don't need a man, but good golly, like right now, one would be really handy. So I'm very glad that I do have one in my life to help with these kind of jobs. Oh my goodness. Maybe if I try with my foot up, that will help. Brendan's done all of these. This is my first one. And it's really hard. Got it. Got it. That hurts.
It's funny to see how these strong women are easily defeated by a trampoline spring.
To the younger generation of women out there, don't believe the lies that society tells you about masculinity being toxic. It's not. It's a beautiful thing to have a man in your life to do those strong things that sometimes us women just cannot do. I did one of those springs on the trampoline. Brendan did the other 60 something, and then he went off to the gym. I love that we are created differently and we complement each other, and I absolutely love having a man in my life. So don't believe what society is trying to tell you otherwise.
It shouldn't be a hot take to say that men are simply stronger than women. It is just the truth. Anyone who has any degree of common sense would know that.
I asked a bunch of girls, when was the last time a man approached you at a bar and started talking to you? They were all like, no, it hasn't happened in, I can't even tell you how long, like before COVID. They're like, I can't tell you the last time a man tried to talk to me at a bar. A man tried to offer to buy me a drink. Do men still do that? Men, can you weigh in?
There is literally no point in approaching anymore. Modern women quite literally talked men out of approaching them, and now they're complaining that men aren't approaching anymore.
Apparently not cheating on your partner in a relationship is now considered bad and unhealthy.
Being monogamous is a really quite bad idea. It is a form of control. 0.002% of the animals on this planet are monogamous. You are limiting yourself to a very narrow gene pool.
Just when I thought I've seen every single idiotic take on social media, someone always sends me some bullcrap like this. You want to destroy yourself and obliterate any chance of a healthy relationship you'll have in the future? Take her advice. This mindset is not empowering, it's pure brain rot. It's exactly how you end up numb, bitter, and blaming everyone but yourself in your 50s.
That justification implies that women are just mindless animals. Not really a good argument there. Again, you know, these arguments that women are just these victims who don't know any better is really getting tiresome at this point.
You cannot build a healthy life and a healthy relationship with kids one day if you're constantly attaching to people and detaching. You have no idea the rewiring you're doing in your brain that you're gonna have to unlearn one day because of cheating and hooking up with countless people. Being loyal and loving one person is not controlling. It is the only thing keeping people grounded in a world that has completely lost its backbone. Don't fall into the trap.
There's not a way to relearn everything once you've just completely scrambled your mind. That is completely permanent. Make sure you click on one of the videos on screen now to watch more if you liked today's video. Don't forget to take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.